So you guys can continue typing in the chat, okay? So what I'm gonna type here is, this is the chapter 4 PowerPoint, and we are talking about, right? We talk about the if statement, okay? And we talk about now we practice. This is the keyword, if, followed by the parentheses. Inside the parentheses is the Boolean test statement. And the whole statement is start with the curly brace and end with the curly brace. So if the test is true, then the computer will execute all the statement inside the Boolean, inside the if statement. Okay, so this is the example. It actually gives you how you take the GPA from the console and check to see if it's greater than equal to 2. If yes, then the statement, this print statement, will be executed. And otherwise, they just go right to here. Okay, right after the if statement. They will skip everything inside. The if else is that we're doing two things based on the test conditions, either statement A or statement B here. Okay, so this is the example. If the GPA is greater than or equal to 2, then you print something, otherwise you print the other statement. So what I'm asking you to do is really understand what we call the relational operators. If you want to check to see if two things are equal, we're using equal. Again, one equal sign is it's an assignment. It gives the value to a variable. Okay, so if we want to check 1 plus 1 is 2, then we'll say equal. And not equal is escalation equal sign. So for example, we can say 3.2 is not equal to 2.5. And we know how to do less than and greater than, less than equal to, and greater than equal to. So those two may be a little harder for students that first learn programming. Okay, so that's the reason I gave you this exercise. How are you going to approach this one in Codiva? And this is what, before you send the code in chat or in practice it, it's a very good idea that you have a Codiva right next to you, right? So I have been using my project in Intro Java, and under the source code here, and all the code is organized by chapter, and we are in chapter 4. So chapter 4 right now, I have one example, and I believe I made a video on it. So let's create another one, the new one. I can close pretty much everything here. Let's just see. Okay, so I can create a new one. Make sure, first of all, that I will be write the code in the chapter 4 folder, and let's call this Chapter3. Okay, and let's create that. In here, first thing we do is we change this to public. Okay, and then I would just delete the Codiva default code. So inside here, it's empty, nothing there. And I asked you to use scanner. So in order to use the scanner, we need to import a library. So we need to import java.util and library. Okay, this is the import. After we import this library, then we can use the scanner class. Okay, so scanner class, we can say input or keyboard, whatever the object name you want to call, and then we'll call scanner system.in. I saw one of you type system int. That's not right. System in, in only, not int, right? So this system.in represents the keyboard. Okay. The next thing you're gonna do is, yes, I see some very good design here. You will ask the user and to say, enter number 3, right? All right, okay. And then you create an integer. Okay, you can call this x, or whatever you want to. And then we'll say input dot next int. And I saw some of you say next line. That's not next line. If you want to get the integer, you will use next int with I capitalized. Okay. So far, what we are doing here is try to read the input from keyboard. And then the next thing we'll do is we'll do the check. So we'll say if x is equal 3. Okay, so this one is to check. And that's the curly brace. And hit enter and closing curly brace. So this is to check if the number, if x is 3, right? So double equal, not single equal. Single equal is for state, is for assignment. All right. So we check to see if this is number 3. If yes, then we print out. We'll say found 3, right? Okay. Otherwise, and we print something else. Okay, so we'll say system.out.print 9, print 9, and we'll say try again, and semicolon. So this is the complete code to satisfy the requirement. Again, you can tell is that when I do this approach, we always try to do not just step by step here. It's always like if I beginning the if statement, I made sure I hit the enter, and then I have a closing here right away. And then I fill what's inside. Same thing here, else, and I have the beginning, and I have the end here. All right, and so you can run testing it. And says enter number 3. So where can I enter it? It's right here, right? And this is there is a text box that you can enter the number. And let's just say, people just don't listen to the instruction. They enter 4, and then you click on enter and see when you enter 4 and they print try again, right? So the reason is that when they check X, it's not 3. So this testing did not pass, right? This test did not pass. So if this test did not pass, then they will skip the code from here all the way to here, and they are going to this line. So when we reach 9 line and the test failed, then the computer will go to line 12. Okay, all the code inside here will be skipped. So they will starting executing at line 12. And the line 12, it says, okay, x is not 3. And therefore, they go inside to say print. Try again. All right.